Hello and welcome to Cam Look, your daily dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. Each weekday, a member of the Cam family will choose an object from our permanent collection and pose questions for discussion. Join us at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for a new object and a new chat. My name is Ainsley Cameron and I'm the Curator of South Asian Art, Islamic Art and Antiquities here at the museum. Today, I want to talk about 4 works from our permanent collection that really resonate with me right now. They're 4 works from India that all explore the natural world. To me, that's really important as we now embark on this next season, that of summer. We're in the early days of glorious, beautiful weather outside. And what better way to welcome that season than through these gorgeous works of art. The study of the natural world has a long history at the royal courts of India. During the first half of the 16th century, Mughal rulers commissioned artists to record the marvels of the world around them. These artists were celebrated for their technique and captured the essence of their floral subjects in exquisite detail. The natural world is seen as the subject of paintings, as well as album marginalia, metalwork, textiles, architectural ornamentation, and so much more. This painting of a tulip was likely once included in a Mughal imperial album composed of paintings, engravings, and calligraphic specimens. The formal presentation of the tulip is reminiscent of both European botanical drawings and Persian flower studies. Note the delicately painted elements of the open blossoms and the thin line tracing the veins of each leaf. A beautiful use of flowers as a decorative technique can be seen in the shaped carpet, dated 1640 to 50. It was likely made in Jaipur and possibly for the Mughal court. The red ground is covered by individual clusters of floral specimens, which draw inspiration from Persian carpets of similar scrolling designs. The distinctive shape of the carpet indicates it was likely created with a particular location in mind. Note how the flowers on the field are oriented towards the asymmetrical arched side, demonstrating that the carpet was meant to be appreciated from that angle. This focused attention on the natural world was never as developed at the artistic workshops of the Rajasthani courts. The background landscapes of illustrated religious text and court portraits were highly articulated and created with great attention to detail. Yet crafting a composition where the natural world predominates without any figure or built environment included is rare. Indeed, the tightly bound floral arrangements that include various different kinds of flowers seen in this mid-18th century painting from Bundi has more in common with Dutch still life painting of the same period than previous or concurrent South Asian practices. This innovative still life painting, a new acquisition at CAM, is a complex synthesis of refined naturalism and creative expression. This fascination with India's floral and botanical illustration reached its height of popularity during the late 18th and 19th centuries, when new scientific inquiry demanded higher levels of artistic accuracy. The patrons of these works were often part of the colonial regime, British and other European figures resident in India. The recording of empire, whether through the flora, fauna, architecture, or caste and occupations of their Indian subjects, became a colonial preoccupation and defined much of the artistic output of the period. There's a lot to unpack when thinking about such imagery. Here's a beautiful image of a nightingale perched delicately on a flowering branch. It was commissioned by Lady Mary Impey, who for several years oversaw a commission of large-scale natural history paintings by a group of artists in her employ, continuing to some degree the long tradition of artistic patronage within India's power structures that shared an interest in documenting both the whimsical and realistic aspects of the natural world. As our seasons change, we are also experiencing great societal change. From a global pandemic to nationwide anti-racist protests. Sometimes art helps us to experience these directly by addressing social change. And other times, art can give us the resources for a peaceful place to pause and reflect. While there's no substitution for the joy one receives in freshly cut flowers from the garden, I hope these works of art offered you a moment of delight. Thank you.